In this video, we'll take chords that fit nicely together in a key and bend them into something a bit more bluesy. All right, the tones in that example are solidly within the key of A major. They come from the A major scale, but did it sound bluesy to you? Now, how about this? Did you notice a difference? I mean, clearly the second example has that classic bluesy vibe. Now, back in Tuesday Blues 355, we took a look at my super nerdy way of building chords in a key, and it's helpful when learning or writing a 4-chord strummer, for example. But as we just heard, the chords that are built entirely from the major scale don't sound particularly bluesy. So how can we take the chords in a key and bend them into the blues? We'll use dominant 7th chords. Let's dig into that. Let's take 3 very important chords from the key of A major. We'll work with A, D, and E. These are the all-important 1, 4, and 5 chords, and each of the notes in all 3 of these chords, they come from the A major scale. They're kind of built from the same pool of notes, and that's why they sound really good together. Now, let's extend the chords to include a 4th layer of harmony. So far, these chords, A, D, and E, just have 3 separate notes making them up. There are some octaves and duplication of notes going on in there so you can strum across all the strings, but they're really just 3 layers of harmony. Let's add a 4th. We're going to add the 7th. Again, we're going to pick this 7th tone from the A major scale. When we do that, we're going to pick a note that is 7 notes up the scale from the root of our A tone, and we're going to end up with an A major 7. We can play that in different spots on the neck for sure, but we're going to use this voicing. If we do the same thing using D as our root, we're going to end up with a D major 7. And then finally, doing the same thing with E7. All right, one of those chords probably struck you as a little bit more raw and gritty. It was this one, the E7. Now, there's nothing wrong with the first two, the A major 7 or the D major 7. They sound a little pretty and a little kind of complete and stable. They just don't have that mean face on it that a chord like the E7 does. So what's different? That 4th tone in the A major 7th and the D major 7th chords are major 7ths above the root versus the minor 7th above the root in the E7. Now, all of this comes from the chords within a key, diatonic chords. We're fishing from the same pond. The pool of notes is just the A major scale. But if we want to take these 2 chords, the A major 7 that fits nicely within the key of A major and the D major 7th that fits nicely within the key of A major and make it sound a little bit more bluesy, kind of like we got going on here with the E7, we're going to have to change just a couple of notes. We bring in some notes from outside the A major scale. Specifically, we'll take that major 7th, it's right here, of A, which is a G sharp, and we're going to lower it down to G. And that turns this A major 7, this nice pretty little thing here, and turns it into an A7. It's just one tone different, but we get a little more of that bluesy vibe. Listen, A major 7, A dominant 7, A7. All right, and we can do the same thing with our D major 7 chord. We start with our D major 7 chord here, and this is the 7th note above D. That happens to be a C sharp. We're going to lower that 1 half step, 1 fret, and listen to that. That makes all the difference. Nice, complete, happy, stable, pretty chord sound here. And we put that mean face on it just by letting that C note shine through. All right, now that definitely sounds more bluesy to me, but we've departed from that major scale because we altered two notes that are not in the A major scale. Remember, we went from the C sharp down to C, which is not in the A major scale when we built our D7 chord, but it's all right for one huge reason. It sounds good. So these chords are not in a key together, but clearly the blues then just has to be wrong, right? Well, of course not. It's not wrong. And I guess if it is wrong, if you want to debate on that, then I don't want to be right. These chords don't fit within a music theory construct super neatly, but they do sit so well in a blues tune because those outside tones are simply part of the blues style. It just sounds good. It just works. But it still helps to have that diatonic background, to have that chord theory construct just embedded in you. It helps to know which parent chords, if you will, go together. The A, D, and E, for example, that we've been working with here, just make them dominant seventh chords. You got a good shot at sounding pretty bluesy. You're looking for that tone that is a minor seventh above the root, and you're chasing that classic bluesy sound. I hope that helps you out. If you want to keep learning, just click or tap right over here, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, practice smart and play on.